Fashion Insider friends, what is up? This is the Fashion Crimes podcast where I cover all things fashion, style, shopping, style inspiration, and interview incredible small business owners who are changing the fashion industry for the better. Yes, I'm the best friend you never knew you needed and the poster child for fashion over 40, and I mean way after 40. Say it with me, fashion and style are your friends, not your enemies. I'm Holly Katz, your favorite personal stylist, and let's keep it real, the only Holly you need to know. Turn it up, because I got a lot to say, and I am super stoked you're here. What is up, everybody? This is Holly Katz, your favorite personal stylist, and of course, the only Holly you need to know. I mean, of course, you guys already know that by now. What is up? What's happening? It is the beginning of the new year, and I just wanted to say I have been getting a lot of requests on what to wear for this, what to wear for that. What should I do? What should I get? Should I buy something new? Should I wear something I already have? And unfortunately, the number one question is this: what should I wear to a funeral? And if you threw a party and invited everyone you knew, you would see the biggest gift would be for me. And the card attached would say, "Thank you for being a friend." This song is by Andrew Gold. No idea on the planet who this guy is, but boy, I don't know anyone who has not listened to this in the past few days. I mean, I've been watching Golden Girls like it's my job. I feel bad. I want to pay homage to them. I love them. All of my gays love them. Nolan loves them. It's just been a really sad week. We have lost a national treasure. Miss Betty White, you really aged with so much grace, and how lucky we were to have you in our homes day after day throughout your career. You have honestly been an example to many. You are a pal and a confidant, especially to the animals, and you made us laugh with your innocence and your authenticity. You humbled us. You are the truest example that age really is just a number. We can all hope to have a life as full as yours. May you rest in peace, Miss Betty White. And as we say in the Jewish religion, may your memory be a blessing. Thank you, Betty White. Thank you for being a friend. Ugh, I mean, can you believe it? Just a couple weeks shy of her 100th birthday. God, what a blowout that would have been. I think the whole country would have been celebrating. I knew this day was going to come sometime, but I really just didn't want it to ever come. But when someone dies, the next question usually is about the funeral, which brings us to this week's subject: what to wear to a funeral. What do you wear to a funeral? Do you have a go-to outfit when it comes to these types of things? Are there different traditions and customs for different religions on what to wear? Which is, the answer is yes, by the way. The main topic we are covering today is the American funeral. And regardless of religion, this is about what's expected and appropriate at these things. Day or night, it does not matter. The dress code is the same. Did you know that this is honestly one of the most commonly asked subjects on Google? I'm surprised, but kind of not surprised, because again, a lot of people don't know what to wear, so they want to know. When I was researching this topic on what to wear to a funeral, most answers said that people should wear, quote, and I quote, dark and somber clothing, unquote. Now, there is some truth to this. It's sad. It's horrible. It's inconvenient. It's depressing. While I do agree that you should be intentional about your look, there are so many more options than just black. Do you have to wear black? Do you have to dress in a way that's totally unsupportive to your personal style? Will people be judging you there? All of these questions come to mind when having to dress for probably, I would say, the saddest event you've ever attended. Is it disrespectful to wear something other than black? Is it required for men to wear a tie? Because honestly, no one or very few people are wearing ties these days. All of these questions are valid and they're not unusual. I've gotten into a couple of disagreements over this subject, but everything stated here, as you know, is my opinion. When my father passed away, I wore a burgundy dress with flowers on it. Nobody questioned whether that was appropriate or not appropriate. I liked the dress and I wanted to wear it. I didn't feel that it was inappropriate. When I went to my grandmother's funeral, I wore a pantsuit and it was like a light gray. I remember. So again, style is subjective, Avi, but you want to blend in and you want to show respect for the family that you're supporting. When I work with my styling clients, I always preach, if somebody dies tomorrow, you have to have something to wear. Now, most women, they usually say, oh, this is my funeral dress, which is fine. It just doesn't have to be the only option that you have to wear. And honestly, your quote funeral dress, you should be able to wear not just to funerals, but to other events too. You should be able to really function that in your wardrobe and not just have one thing set aside for a funeral, like a funeral dress. Hopefully you don't go to that many funerals, but in case you do, you kind of need a few different options on what to wear. First off, I want to talk about the color black. The old rules about color are dead. Having certain colors that complement your skin tone are always good to know. But again, does it mean you can't wear whatever color you want to? If you have very fair skin, does that mean you can't wear pink? If you have really bright fire orange, red hair and freckles, does that mean you can't wear orange or red? Of course not. It's ridiculous. But in the 80s, image consultants used to quote unquote do your colors. So you could be warm or cool, or it would show what colors look best on you, which is all fine and good. But in my opinion, it's subjective. There's no color that one certain person cannot wear, but you should use your best judgment. Does that mean you should wear neon to a funeral? Of course not. You're not supposed to draw attention to yourself because this event is not about you. It's about paying respect to the family. You are supposed to blend in. However, you do not have to sacrifice your style or try to dress like someone that you're not. There are just some things where you have to conform, at least a little bit to dress like the crowd. Some funerals are actually called a celebration of life, which I think is a really nice twist on making people appreciate the life that someone has lived and not wallow in the sorrow that they are now gone. It usually means the dress code is the same. You should try to look your best. So let's say, for an example, if you have a funeral coming up on your calendar, you've already read the room. It's a funeral. I mean, everyone's going to be dressed up for the most part. The dress code for a funeral is definitely business casual. And I will say that again, the dress code for a funeral is business casual. Even since before COVID, I've been yelling about this. People don't know what that means. The lines are really blurred. What is business casual? This is when people were going into the office. We're in a very different world now. What is business casual, you might ask? Let me break it down for you into two simple terms. Wear this, don't wear that. Now, I have a list and it's going to be in the show notes, but just for context, I'm going to give you a few examples. Wear this, slacks that are non-denim. Don't wear this, leggings. Wear this, a dress. Don't wear this, a very short skirt that's mid-thigh. Wear this, a collared shirt. Don't wear this, a fucking sports jersey. Okay. It's pretty simple. What you would wear to an office for business casual means you're dressed. You want to wear a jacket, a skirt, a tie, perhaps, or wear heels. Keep your makeup natural. You want to wear tailored clothing. You don't want to wear clothing that is too tight or too big. Sweatpants, excessive perfume or cologne. Did you know that is under the dress code now of not wearing too much perfume or cologne? That's sort of a new thing that's come out. You don't want your facial hair to be unkept. If you have a beard, it's got to be tight. I'm sorry. If you have a beard down to your boobs, okay, but it still needs to be trimmed and neat. You don't want to wear a hoodie or flip-flops or graphic tees or anything like that that does not count as business casual. Again, I have a composed list that I was nice enough to put in the show notes. So again, put it on your bulletin board, put it on your bathroom mirror, and God knows if you know somebody who needs this list, feel free to pass it on. Business casual means you do not wear slouchy, sloppy clothing that you would wear on a regular day, just kicking ass around. You should wear tailored, structured clothing that looks presentable in a business environment. For example, collars, buttons, and finished hems are something that you're striving for. Try to think about the person who you're honoring, right? You're showing up for them. And most importantly, you're showing up for yourself. When you dress well with intention in a situation like a funeral, or really any situation, you're stepping up to the plate to show support. You're having the family know that they can count on you. Showing up for a funeral unauthentically, sloppy, and / or distracted, it just sends the message that the event is not important to you. It's really the same with any event that you need to be there for someone, not only mentally, but physically as well. What I'm saying here is what you would wear to impress someone, you probably would want to wear that to a funeral, in short. Since I was just recently at a funeral, I would say last month, I was really surprised on how casual people actually were. Now, the funeral was in a church, and I do know that even though I don't go to church, that a lot of church environments are not so dressy anymore. They're casual, right? They welcome most people, all people, and that there's really not a dress code. You can dress up if you want to, but it's not super strict. But people were very casual. I saw some definite inappropriate clothing like jeans and casual everyday, like kicking around clothing. Now, some people could argue that it's more important just to show up for a funeral. However, I think it's important to know that wearing nicer clothes is showing a sign of respect. Here is the fashion crime. Do not show up to a funeral looking like your ass just rolled out of bed or that you didn't try. Please put in just a little bit of effort. And I do want to say this, do not be afraid to explain this to others who might be unsure. And if you want some clearer examples, you should check out my Pinterest board that I made just for you. I have some great examples on there. Of course, I have some traditional black dresses on this board, but there are lots of other options as well. Pantsuits, skirts, other blouses, things, sweaters, and jackets that if you decide you don't want to wear black, these are really great outfits that you can put together to go to a funeral, and then you can rotate them throughout your wardrobe. You would be really surprised at just how many people aren't sure and just don't know. And if people are looking at you to help them, this is a place where you can be the shining example. And speaking of being the example, another fashion crime that can be committed and has been committed, which anyone who knows me knows I have no tolerance for this shit. Get your kids on board with the dress code. I actually read this and researched this on a couple of different funeral home websites about getting children and teenagers on board with the dress code. No sports jerseys, no logos, no shorts, or no stupid looking shit that kids wear. I mean, I'm sorry, not sorry. I understand you have to pick your battles, obviously, but this is one that they should follow by your gleaming example. In short, if you're not dressed appropriately, they will not be either. And the same goes for anything in life. My other client, friend of the podcast, she said, so you're telling me not dressing well is affecting my kids? And I said, it can. It doesn't mean it is, but it can. That's why having children is so hard. This is why I chose not to reproduce, because I can't handle it. But I digress. The point is, when you dress with intention, you care about what you look like. You want to show that the world who you are and sending the right message about who you are to the world. Your kids will understand that and will want to follow suit. It might take a minute for them to come around to it, but if you dress nice for a funeral, chances are they will want to as well. Lastly, I want to talk about shoes and accessories. I just had this conversation the other day with one of my clients. Do not trip on the details of wearing too much or too little jewelry and trying to coordinate matching shit. So when you pick out an outfit or I'm in somebody's closet, they go, well, what jewelry? Well, what this? Well, what that? Well, what necklace? Well, that. Do not trip on that. Okay. At this age, you should have regular jewelry, whether it's real or not, that you wear that goes with everything, right? Your outfit should flow and be easy to look at. You should start with a blank canvas and work around that. It's just like baking or making a recipe. You have to have the right ingredients to get the final product to come out that tastes correctly the way it should. So for number one, do you have the right undergarments? This is the first step in building a great outfit. If you answered yes to this question, good for you. Then you can go to the next step. Do you want to wear pants? You want to wear a dress? You want a skirt? What do you want to wear? Say, for example, if you decide that you want to wear a pantsuit, which is perfectly acceptable and business casual to wear to a funeral, picking a blouse that will complement the jacket that you're wearing is easy. Sure, you can wear a solid color. Sure, you can wear a pattern. You can even wear a sweater underneath your blazer, and that's a great look too. If you can wear a belt, like if your pants have belt loops, you can wear that. In that case, that belt would count as an accessory. All you need to do now is pick some jewelry, a shoe, and a bag. That's a complete outfit. So, for example, say you wanted to wear a scarf instead of a necklace. That's another way to accessorize. You can also tie a scarf to the handle of your handbag, which is what I do sometimes. And I love that look. That too counts as an accessory. Just know you don't have to worry about being matchy-matchy. Your earrings don't have to match your necklace, don't have to match your bracelet, don't have to match your ring. Do not get caught up in those details. The number one question I get from my clients all the time is, well, what jewelry? What jewelry? What shoes? Know this: no plastic jewelry ever in this lifetime at this age on this planet. Okay. No plastic jewelry ever in this lifetime at this age on this planet. My favorite look with jewelry is to mix my real jewelry with my costume. And guess what? It makes my costume jewelry look real. Now, I have very nice elevated costume jewelry, which looks great paired with real. If your costume looks like costume and it looks like cheap shit, it probably is. There is no shame in that. But I like to say you should elevate your costume jewelry to really nice. I mean, you get what you pay for: better materials, better look, statement earrings, maybe a chunky necklace or necklaces that you could layer. And if you wear real, great. If you don't, it doesn't matter, because if your costume is nice enough, it looks real. Okay. So if you need to do a jewelry sweep out, give me a call. I can help you out. I've been in people's jewelry for hours. I mean, because they have so much shit. And again, you should know what your real is. Wear your real every day if you want, but you don't have to wear everything. Okay. If you want to wear a statement earring, then that is the star. You don't have to wear earrings, bracelet, necklace, Pick 2 or 3. Less is more. It's definitely more. So when it comes to shoes, I will tell you, a lot of my clients they really honestly have medical like feet problems. And a lot of people cannot wear heels, which is completely fine. You can wear a wedge, or you can wear a block heel, which is similar to kind of like a cowboy boot heel. It provides more support than a stiletto, obvi. And no one should be wearing sneakers. No one. If you prefer not to wear heels, I'm not mad at you, then you need to get some really nice, gorgeous, upscale designer flats, which every company in the world makes flats. Whatever your price point is, get some new shoes. A neutral color is always easiest. And in the words of Stacey London, my mantra, she used to be a stylist, metallics like bronze and gold are considered neutrals when it comes to shoes. Also, an animal print like a snake print or like a cheetah print is considered a neutral as well. But if you're not there yet, try a metallic shoe like a silver or a bronze. It's a great way to elevate a solid color suit. You could wear a black suit. You can wear a navy suit. You could wear a suit that it definitely has a pattern to it. You don't have to wear black, but wearing a suit in itself is business casual and very appropriate for a funeral. Another thing, please make sure if you have not worn said suit in a very long time, your ass tries it on to make sure it still fits and it does not need alterations and/or cleaning. Getting dressed at the last minute can mean There might be issues with your clothes, wardrobe emergencies, if you do not try them on ahead of time. I'm raising my hand right now. I have been guilty of this shit. I'm like, oh, I'm wearing whatever dress. And then I try it on an hour before I have to go or when I'm getting ready. And I'm like, fuck, it has a hole in it, or it has a stain on it, or the button is missing, or. Okay. So do not make that mistake and try your clothes on before. If you do have a stain that you didn't have, or one of your hems is coming out, or anything that you can actually fix before the event because you're smart enough to try on before you have to go, you are in control. Be in control. Be in the driver's seat. Don't do what I did the last time I had to wear a certain dress and then the shit had a stain on it. My bad. You should feel confident knowing your clothes fit well and you have the correct undergarments. If you haven't worn this suit in a long time, I'm just using that as an example, make sure it still fits. And sometimes, let's just say if it is a black suit and maybe the pants don't fit anymore, you can just get some new black pants and still wear the jacket, FYI, okay? If you haven't been fitted for a bra lately, then please, by the love of God, do that. And if you haven't gotten a new pair of shoes lately that are nice enough to wear to a funeral, then go out and get some new shoes. Again, all of these examples are going to be on the Pinterest board. Make sure you check it out and just know you're not alone. Okay. And if you have no idea what you're doing or what you're wearing when it comes to being a guest as a funeral, it's okay. It's not a big deal. The first step is awareness. Okay, people, the first step is an awareness. It doesn't matter that you don't know. If you don't know, find out. Let's ask and let's get you dressed, right? If you have more questions or you're still not sure and you want me to hold your hand, give me a shout out. Please send me a DM, email me at holly@fashioncrimespodcast.com, send me smoke signals, send me a letter, give me a shout out. Let me know what you need. I am here and I am so happy to help you. Hopefully you're not going to a funeral anytime soon, but if you do, now you are good to go. Okay. I'm here. Listen, anything you need, just let me know. A lot of people have been asking me what to wear to a funeral. I had to go to 3 funerals last year. My bestie, she had to go to 3 funerals in a month. Okay. Did she wear the same dress? No, she didn't. She had a couple different things that she could rotate throughout her wardrobe. So she doesn't have just one funeral dress. Hopefully you don't want to go to that many funerals, but if you do, I got you covered. And Betty White, you will be sorely, sorely missed. I will be watching the Golden Girls for the next month until I'm done crying about you not being with us anymore. And thank you for being a friend. I'm your friend. I'm the best friend of fashion you never knew you needed. My name is Holly Katz, your favorite personal stylist. And of course, the only Holly you need to know. Take care. I'm with you. I'm here. May the force be with you. Check us out. We got a lot of great shit coming up. New designers, new trends. I've been asking for feedback. We're going to have a boot episode. We're going to talk about why things are not in fashion anymore. We're going to talk about hair. We're going to talk about a lot of things. Tune into the Fashion Crimes Podcast. Please share it with somebody you love. This has been the Fashion Crimes Podcast, and we are out.